Test 1, 2. Okay, we got a big hole here. So anyone want to fill that in here? All right, ready? Bow 3 times. 2, 3. Salute. Okay, first exercise, hands up, turning 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Eddie, only come in the middle here. 2, 3. This all right here. Here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. To the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Center. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. To your left. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands up one more time. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. To your left. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands in your waist. Circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center cross. Knees. Circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Hands on your waist. Neck turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Tilt to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Down. Rotating. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Center. Hands up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, spread your feet. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Okay, we'll stretch it out. Switch. 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 Switch, straighten the front knee. Switch. 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 Center. Okay, we'll shake it out. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands and waist. Shoulder roll. Reverse. And center. Okay, press, release, exhale, inhale. And stop, hands up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Exhale. Okay, circular movements. Reverse. palms down, bigger circle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Shake it out. Okay, side to side. Okay, lifting. Okay, center. Insert the needle. And center. Insert the needle. And center. Okay, shake it out. Leg swing. And center. Other side. And center. Crossing over. Okay, center. Shake it out. Deep breathing, hands up. Pull in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Silk reeling. Switch. Cross hands. Open and close. Switch. Switch. Parallel stance. Sorry. So Bob, we switched to this one. Yeah, we switch, but preparation, circular movements. Okay, lower hoop. Shoulder height. Elbows down. And lower. Palms down, expand, extend. Extend. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Diagonal flying. Switch. Okay, center. Cloud hands. Okay, palms down. Carry tiger to the mountain. Okay, infinity sign. Form the fist. Okay, palms together, strum the lute. Turn, draw the bow. Okay, fan to the back. Okay, raise the hand. Okay, deep breathing. Okay, we'll go through the sequence. Ready? Feet parallel. Just follow along and then we'll break it up. Okay, ready? Feet parallel preparation. Single whip. Hold the ball. Diagonal flying. Shift. Step up. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stalk flaps wings. Toe heel pivot. Brush knee 4 times. Brush knee, left side push, go back to the right side. This is section 2 of the Tai Chi Paradigm form, and it ends with leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Strum the lute, parallel stance, close the door, form the fists, punch, divert, block in, punch, cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. That's section 2. Sit back, stroke out. Section 3 starts with fist under elbow. Neutral position, forward, repulse the monkey 3 times. Neutral right side. Hold the ball, toe out, step up. Diagonal flying. Sit back, insert the needle. Fan to the back. Turn. So that was the 3rd section. 4th section, parry and punch, step up, form the fist, and punch. Divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to a mountain. So this would be the 4th section. Then we had transition to carry tiger to the mountain. Cross the arms, left hand to the outside, raise the hand, bend from the waist, toe heel pivot, left side grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrist, turn to the corner. Left side single whip. So the back side is predominantly the left-sided movements. It's the mirror image to the front side. Flip the hands over to diagonal flying. So that's the 5th section of the form. Next stroke down, 6th section is part the horse's mane. And Jade Lady work shuttle. Turn, cross over, right side Jade Lady work shuttle. Drop your elbow, hook your wrist. That completes the 6th section. Go to the 7th section. Starts off single whip to cloud hands. Hold the ball, reverse the ball, diagonal flying, close the form. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So just for your interest, the reason why I brought up the 7 sections of the form, because it's where it's broken down. And yesterday, Minor and I, we actually spent a couple hours videoing the 7 sections of the form, and it's the linear sequence. So each section is done toward the mirror, and they're probably 2 to 3 minutes each on the videos for each section. Then we have some posture practicing for each section, and then I do the whole form, you know, just running through the complete sequence. So it's more to supplement your learning and also to kind of follow it to see if the things you're doing actually is in parallel with what you see on the screen. So, and it's really to jog your memory if you have a little trouble memorizing it. But then as you evolve, you actually can pick up different things that you might not have been doing. It's not a real detailed level of learning because it's for, you know, novice, beginners, as well as people that just want to review. And it's more instructional, so anyone that's teaching should follow those videos so that you can know the format of doing the linear form. Mainly because when we do the sequence right in the beginning, it's very hard to follow because you can't see and you can't copy the person that you're trying to follow because we're moving around. So just breaking it into delineating the postures from the view that you see in the front, it really helps you. So anyways, any questions? No. Okay, so let's do the first section of the form. And the first section of the form is what we do even in the long form. So it's important that we realize when we open the form. Now, sequence is sequence. We have to build better transitions and better control of the components in our body, right? So that's the vertical side and the left side movements. So shifting your weight, adjusting your feet, moving one leg at a time while you supplement the hand movements and find direction. So the mapping of the form takes you into these directions, and that's what you have to get your body to recognize. Grasp the sparrow's tail, push forward, sit back, and you turn. Hook your wrist in the corner, shift your weight. We check our weight to control that. Step out, toe down to heel, and then the heel opens, pivots on the heel, so the foot opens actually. And then here, we're in single whip. Palm side goes in to lower the hand. Hook side goes in, to hold the ball. We shift, we align our hand and hip, so now our arms are on the oblique. You see, they're not like this, because then it's going to do that. If we're here, then the hands are going to, after you adjust the foot, the hands are just going to slant evenly across like that. Now when we shift and move to center, always controlling your center of mass. Controlling your center of mass. So here everything combines into this position, so we can move to open the stance. Raise your hand. Bend from the waist. Right side stork flaps wings. Okay. So what you're focusing on now, after you've memorized the sequence, now this kind of thing isn't on that first section of video, because the other is really for understanding and sort of identifying the postures. But when you're doing it like this, you have to identify not just the mapping and direction, but how do you pivot? How much do you pivot? The vertical position, the geometry of position, the horizontal elbow, the pressing movement. So these are the transitions that we learn. So in the linear form, you'll see that, but as a novice, you won't pick up all on the reason for that. But once you get to a certain point, after memorizing the sequence, then you need to realize the transition, the relationship between the hands, the legs, direction, and the posture. So the grasp the sparrow's tail is made up of 4 movements. So you have the vertical, the horizontal, the roll back, and the push. Okay, so that's grasp the sparrow's tail. Now we do a front view of that. In the vertical right side, that's neutral, strum the lute. So that's like an on guard position. Now in this position, you should be, in the strum lute position, your torso should be 45 degrees. Okay, this is square, and then you have 2 corners. In the middle position on the right side, your body twists. So the body either twists by adjusting the hip or the rotation of the spine. So that is phased in depending on if your body's starting to recognize the rotation. Now, we turn to the right, to the left, and then we square up to center. Okay, that's a realignment of that center position. Your thumbs are in line with the nose, the middle fingers touching the thumb, and you push forward, which is actually called press, but you're not really pushing. It's just an idea of pushing. It's really your legs taking you forward. Now we turn to the corner and we separate the hands and connect. Draw that line to the hip, at the same time turning 45 degrees. Invert this hand using the middle finger at the nip, at this little dimple here, and you turn the hand. You bring it across to the right side and you push off the front shoulder. So that series is grasp the sparrow's tail. It's called pung. The ward off is this. Roll back is this. That's a pull down. Push is the palm on the right side. And press is actually when the hands connect. So those 4 movements. Sometimes they call it the 4 energies. They call it ward off, roll back, press, and push. They have a term for it's called pang li jai on, which is the 4 characters to represent those 4 directions of movement. Now, when we look at our body, we have a box. It's going to vary, depends on height and width, but you have your own box. So that's the horizontal and the vertical square, right? Then we have the cross hand position, which is from shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip. So if you're in this position and your fingertip touches here and your elbow is approaching the hip here, you see the slanted line, right? If we bring our hands out 45 degrees and turn like this, there would be a cross hand position, right? So we're referencing the different areas of the body to align the motion. When we're here and we slant like this and then go forward, there's a frontal direction. But because we want to fill this box to create the volume of movement, we go forward into this corner. Then when we separate the hands and draw the line from that imaginary line from the shoulder to your hip, it passes through the shoulder to the hip. Then you take your hand and push over as if it's being led by driving your elbow and palm on this side over to this side, and then come out forward into that shoulder, right? So that's the square that you have, but you also have to realize that it's dimensional. So while you have this square here, you also have this square here, you see. So when the hand goes from here to here and across, you're really cutting across this cube, because the bottom of that also has a top, and then you have the sides. So you imagine this square. So you visualize the motion there. When I draw across the diagonal, it's really bringing the hands from corner to corner, and that's how you fill out that space. So the volume of movement as three-dimensional movements becomes forward, right, left, back, and center. The slant is a combination of the two axes merging. So eventually, after you've developed the geometry of that position, then the movement will become one continuous motion driven by the legs, your torso, and the manipulation of your arms. So that's what we have to do in our postures in Tai Chi, because we're dealing with volume, space, distance, and time. And all of that is calculated and measured out in the motion. But if you just try to do the fluid motion in the beginning, you're going to miss the geometry of position, right? So this is your hoop. This is your square, right? This is your triangle. Then space-wise, it's horizontal, vertical, and oblique. But then don't forget, when you're doing movements, and it's because it's three-dimensional, all of those are referenced not just here, it's also there, there, and then you have that square, that cube, all around. So when you merge those cubes, they become spheres, like giant balls. So that's what volume of movement is. When we go from here to here to there, we're connecting those dots. Then we're over here. You see, the vertical line that goes to here forms the triangle. So we develop our positioning muscle memory from holding positions like this, like this, like this, right? Like this. So those really cover all the geometry of positions, but they're in different spaces. So that's a way of thinking of it. And if you think like that, then you start to realize, what you have to do to fix it. So that's part of your understanding. And then when we move, we have another concept called passive active motion. Based on the concept of yin and yang, there's balance. So there's movement and stillness. So if I'm still here and I move here, doesn't mean the consciousness of this position has gone. So that's something that evolves between the mind-body relationship. I mean, this goes on and what you can do to actually perfect the motion. But it's really understanding your body, space, and how much strength you use to create the motion. Then the integration of body is something that's pretty interesting. That could be another topic, right? So okay, let's go through the long form, and then we'll work on some posturing. Okay, ready? Preparation. Close the door, form the fist, and punch. Cross the arms, left bit in tiger springs to mountain. Carry tiger to the mountain. Fist under elbow. Repulse the monkey. Carry tiger to the mountain. Single leg stance. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Sink, turn. Brush knee one time. Insert the needle. Adjust your feet. Fan through the back. Turn. Stroke down. Parry and punch. Step backwards to form the fist. Divert. Block. And punch. Step up. Grasp the sparrow's tail. Single whip. Hold the ball. Turn, beginning series of kicks, high pat the horse, cross hands, instep kick right, set up high pat the horse, cross hand, instep kick left, turn 180, left heel kick, brush knee right side. Brush knee left side. twist, step, step up, brush down, planting punch, parry and punch, 180-degree turn, step up, set up for beat the tiger. Stroke down, clench the fists, lower the hoop, cross the forearm, right heel kick, 2 punches to the ear. Left hand on top, flip the hands over, potting leg, left side. Pedal step 360, cross the arms, potting leg, parry and punch, step forward, and then recycle. We already know this sequence: divert, block, and punch, cross the arms, leopard and tiger, springs to mountain. Carry tiger to the mountain. Cross hands. Oblique, brush knee right. Set up left side, oblique brush knee left, and 180-degree turn. Rear corner, left push to right side, grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrist, turn back to the front, single whip. We're going to hold and reverse the ball. Diagonal flying right side. Sit back, square yourself to the street. Part the horse's mane 5 times. Step up. One more, part the horse's mane. Cross corner, Jade Lady work shuttle. Twist and turn, step and step, right side, Jade Lady work shuttle. Back to neutral, stroke down, part the horse's mane. So this is just like we started the first set of Jade Lady, part the horse's mane to Jade Lady work shuttle. Double pivot, heel turn, cross step, step up, right side Jade Lady work shuttle. Back to neutral, grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists. Hold the ball, second set of cloud hands. Turn. Set up for cover hand. Snake sticks out tongue. Invert the hand and pull down. Step up, cross hands to Jade Lady. This is a golden cockroach, stands on one leg. Sorry. Press down, thrust, and kick. Okay, golden cockroach. Reverse. Repeat the sequence again. you go forward, straighten the back foot, repulse the monkey, and we're going to do the neutral right side. Lower hoop, carry tiger to the mountain, open the stance, hold the ball, diagonal flying. Step up, press forward, raise the hand, bend from the waist, stalk flap swings. Second set, brush, push, and insert needle. Fan to the back. Turn. Parry and punch. Step up, form the fist, and punch. Divert, block, and punch. Step up again, grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists, turn to the front. Third set of cloud hands. Hook your wrists, back to single whip. Turn, set it up, palm strikes face. Left side, turn. Single lotus kick. Brush knee and push left. Planting punch or punch down the crotch. Step up. Again, grasp the sparrow's tail on the right side. On the right side so we can turn toward the front. The long form doesn't have left side grasp the sparrow's tail. Second, downward posture. Invert the hand. Step up to 7-star. That's the cross hand position. Crossing at the wrists. Retreat. Hook your wrists and ride the tiger. Palm strikes face turn. Double lotus. Jaw bow to shoot tiger. Step up. Palm strikes face. Parry and punch. Step up. Set it up, high pat the horse, step up again, grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists, close the form, diagonal flying right, close. Stepping backwards, elbows out, palms down. Okay, good. Deep breathing. So identifying the postures is what you have to kind of recognize first by name, and then by the look, the way the posture should be finishing as a final product. So one of the things is golden cockroach stance on one leg, right? So that, it's a lot of styles have golden cockroach stance. All it means is you're standing on one leg. It's a, sort of bilateral motion and you're only on one side. Now there's different styles. Like when we do this, that's more of a yang style golden cockroach. When we do this, this is insert needle. So we do those as an exercise, still standing on one leg. The insert needle is sort of the opposite side working with it. In this, it's the same side working. So that's really what we're talking about. That in that article, they're talking about, in phase and anti-phase motion. When one side crosses over, when we do these type of movements, that's the contralateral motions where the opposite sides, like walking and so forth. So when we move our body, we actually do a lot of that in our training to develop the right and left sides of the body. Okay. Now with Golden Cockroach in the Wu style, we actually have to stand on one leg, but we have this hand position. We kind of went over this last week, I think. So we have this upper hoop position. So we're familiar with that, right? We have the Jade Lady Work Shuttle, which is those two different positions. In Golden Cockroach, we have this position and this position. This position and this position. Okay. So, because controlling your center of mass means kind of regulating the different components and the shapes of your arms and find the point of balance. So that's what we're doing. Center of mass, center of balance really is tied to that. So if we're going into this Golden Cockroach position, then we have our knee up like this, we're going to feel a little bit unstable, right? Because you have that same-sided hand movement on this side, and we're going like that, right? Because you're weighted on this side because your arm's out, your legs up, and you're going to tip this way. So if you lift up and you put too much strength in it, then you're going to fall backwards. So those are some of the things that you'll experience. But when you go like this and you turn your body, right? What happens when you turn your body? Your spine goes over the heel of the back foot, right? So that realigns your spine to the position that gives you this. So the reason why you have to turn is to streamline that line. That line brings your body into this position, and at the same time it's creating the forces acting on that motion. So between this hand and this hand, any hand movements that separate like that is called splitting. The separation of those two forces that are going in equal opposite directions, but they have to be in line. So the alignment of that movement is like this, and this allows you to turn your spine, and that gives you the structural integrity. So that happens on both sides. So you have one on this side, then we step down and we thrust. While we're thrusting, we're bringing the weight to the front leg. Then as we pass through center and turn, we recreate the opposite side and find that vertical line. Right. And then you reset and go backwards. So that's what we have to do, is go through that. So the only way to actually develop the control and the balance is to do it, right? They call it specificity of training. When you do something over and over again, your body will pick up not just the body mechanics, but it also picks up the program for that specific motion and the muscle memory for these positions. We already know this, or this. This is your hoop. So you have two hoops, but look at the hands. They're essentially on the center line. Right? It's on your center line when you turn, you see. So the realignment of your body. So because the first one, you're coming off of the downward posture, so you're reaching, then you have to, so if you're coming up from the bottom to downward posture, you have to carry the load here before you go to here. When you step down and you kick, you're already in a balanced position, so you already have a sort of a pre-exposed to that vertical line already. So that's why, so there's some adjustments that you have to make. So in Wu Style Tai Chi, we call those the internal adjustments. And I call it the manipulation of the skeletal structure. So when we're controlling our skeletal structure, that's really relative to your body's ability to control it. So if you're not turning your shoulders, you're not turning your spine, you're not shifting your weight, all of those become, factors in how and why you can't find your center. But that's okay, because the reason why you're doing this is to learn that. You can only find it if you learn it, and you only can find it through the discovery of and the experience of doing it over and over again. So, some people are really good at it. Some people, it takes them longer. But one of the factors that actually disrupt everything is tension, stiffness, or your body not allowing that to happen because there's some erroneous stuff going on, which is probably habits that you have in your body. So you have to kind of get rid of that by working through it. So, because if you relax your shoulder and you're not moving, it's just relaxed. Once you start to move, it tenses. So that's what you have to figure out. Okay, we're going to bow. Up. Salute.